Village girl.
Village girl.
You almost got raped.
Yes.
You underwent a lot.
Yes.
No school fees.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I almost gave up.
Tears.
Depression.
Every day.
Yes.
Tears. Every day. Tigger. Mutumba girl.
All of them.
CEO. G-Misters.
Yes.
Wow. Yes, so Janet, umetoka Kampala University, and here you are back to the village. How were you able to crisscross? I'm very sure that those are very different kind of life levels.
Okay, after I'm done with, I've graduated.
Yes.
Sasa naenda kutafuta job.
Yes.
You see, it's not easy.
Yes.
At that point, you write like thousands of CV.
Yes.
You drop them. In fact, there's some those circles in my place which
Yes.
I really wanted to work with.
Yes.
Like Taisako, those. You want to work in a bank, because for me I did accounting.
Yes.
So my aim was I wanted to work in a bank. So I dropped so many CVs in all the banks
Yes.
which were around, and I thought maybe one of them. At time I went to Gulf Bank
Yes.
in town. I talked to the manager. I was trying to convince them I can maybe do those, those odd jobs around, so that maybe I can prove to them that I can get a job there. So unfortunately, I didn't get a job from any of those banks. So, and I got so frustrated. So now, you move from now being wanting to work from a bank, now you are taking anything that comes your way.
Yes.
So at that point, I didn't have any connection.
Yes.
So, my aunt called me actually I'm the one who used to bother her so much. So I called her and I was like, Aunt, kuna kazi umesikia, any job? And then she told me, no, sijasikia kazi, but there is this friend of mine. My aunt normally do the beauty stuff.
Yes.
The waxing, those are the kind of jobs that somehow at one point I had also given up, and I called her and I told her I want to do the kind of job you are doing, because maybe I thought maybe if I have the skills of what she's doing, I'll get a job. But now, before that, she told me there is this job yenye imepatikana Westlands. What kind of a job? A tea girl. And I told her I want to take that job now. You see, we're in the village.
A tea girl.
A tea girl.
Yes.
A cleaner in the office.
Graduate.
Yes, a graduate.
You were a graduate at that point.
Yes.
Yes, and you were ready to be a tea girl.
I was ready to do any job as long as I leave my village.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Hata kama ingekuwa ni ya mochari, my friend,
Uko tayari.
Ningeichukua.
You are ready
to run away from that village. Because you see, you cannot be working, you cannot be picking tea, and then you hear some rumors, and then they're like, hey, hata heri wewe hukuenda shule.
Yes.
They go to school and then they come back.
Yes.
To pick leaves with us. So you see, that thing also made me feel bad, because you are a graduate, you have graduated.
Yes.
Kila mtu alijua, you had a graduation party. You understand?
Yes.
You had those photos with a gown.
Yes.
And then you're expecting, now from there, you learn the job the following day. So it didn't happen for me. So I came to Nairobi. And the good thing, you see, the dad who was sponsoring us in UK.
Yes.
Somehow, he didn't want to drop us like that.
Yes.
You see, like the way you drop Gali with no plan.
Yes.
So he decided he's going to be sending some small money.
Yes.
Not like the issue amount used to send.
Yes.
So me and another girl.
Yes.
So we looked for a place in Kayole.
Yes.
Just a cabin seat. It was okay.
Yes.
So when I came.
Kayole.
So.
Oyole.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kayole.
Yes.
Maria Hospital, near Maria Hospital. I used to live there. So I came, we stayed there for some time. Remember, I don't have a job. She doesn't have a job. So we are just there waiting for the dad to send the money. But fortunately, for me, I'm the one who got the job first.
Yes.
You know how much I was being paid?
As a tiga.
10,000.
Yes, as a tiga.
Now I was moving from Kayole to Westlands.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
I used to spend 6,000.
Yes.
Out of my 10,000.
Yes.
On my salary.
Yes.
So transport. So my net salary out of everything was 4,000.
And you have to eat.
My brother, no, we are not spending anything on food, because he's the one who is sending money for food and for rent.
Yes.
So at that time, my brother was he was in college.
Yes.
Sasa nakupigia simu anakuambia, sis, nimefungua nyumba. Out of now ka 4,000.
You have to balance.
You have now to send money.
Oh.
You understand? So ilifika mali and I started feeling, oh, this ka 10,000 is too small.
Yes.
You understand? You are getting 10,000, 6,000 is fair. So you're left with 4,000. Out of 4,000, or you have to plait your hair. You cannot even buy nice stuff. And I remember there was a day I was like, oh, I cannot even afford an apple. And I said, one day when I'll be able...
30 shillings.
No, that time it was not that. It was 20.
Yes.
And it was extremely expensive for me.
Yes.
And one day I said, when I get money, I'll be eating apples every day.
Yeah.
I eat apples every day. Apples.
You know what,
It
Janet?
was the most expensive, luxurious fruit.
Yes. You know
I
what?
couldn't
I
afford
also
it.
eat apples every day.
Yeah.
Next time on Kati Show, we are going to make sure. I don't know. I don't know today.
God is faithful.
Yes.
And sometimes I can just walk in,
Yes.
buy so many apples and take them to my kids.
Yes.
So it's like I had that grudge with apples.
Yes.
I cannot afford you.
Yes.
One day when I get money, I'm going to eat a lot of you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that was, I got a job now. In between, my brother,
Yes.
another brother,
Yes.
the third born in my family, he did the KCSE.
Yes.
He was in it was called St. Joseph,
Yes.
Githongori.
Yes.
So my brother told me, I'm done. Now I'm coming to Nairobi.
Yes.
So in that situation, I'm living with my friend.
Yes.
And we are being supported by the sponsor.
Yes.
Now the brother wants to come. You see, being a firstborn,
Yes.
It's not a joke, my
Yes.
friend.
Yes.
Now I was like, he came.
Yes.
Now I decided.
The house was a bed sitter.
It was a bed sitter.
Yes.
Somebody is sleeping on the floor. The other one is sleeping on the other side.
The other
So I
one.
was like, okay, we cannot. You bring your
Bed sitter
brother
chronicles.
to your friend.
Yes.
Of course, he would be comfortable. She
Yes.
won't be comfortable. So I told him, I'm going to look for a place
Yes.
for us to live in. So remember, I work in Westlands.
Yes.
Nafanya kazi kwa Muhindi. I don't know whether you have worked with these guys.
Yes.
They're very tough.
Yes.
So, and I knew the only place I could afford a place was in Kangemi.
Yes.
You see, Kangemi, from Kangemi to Westlands, it was 20 bob. And at times we used to bargain to 15 shillings.
Yes.
Gari nakuja, kama si 15 atuingi. Can you imagine? You know that? Sometimes I just remember those things and I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine I'm the one who went through that.
Yes.
That scenario. Now, I moved to Kangemi.
Yes.
I remember it was on Sunday. I got my salary. I said I cannot go to. And that day I told my brother, pack our stuff. We didn't have much. It was just a mattress. He came with another mattress.
Yes.
And the clothes. So me, I had a mattress, my clothes, and I think we had a bed. I think it was one bed. Yeah, one bed. So I went to Kangemi. I looked for a house. And you see those mabati house with electricity. It was very expensive for me. I couldn't afford. Sasa inapatanga mtu anasema ati siwezi kaa kwa nyumba ya mabati. My friend.
Yes.
Mimi nilitafuta nyumba yenye hata haina stima. Hata hiyo ya stima singe afford ya mabati. Si ya mawe. Yes, ya mabati yenye hata haina stima. Because it was 2,500.
Yes.
Considering my salary was 10,000 at that time. So after a few months, I got a pay raise of 2,000. And
at this time, the sponsor is still with you?
No, you see, when I decided to move, that girl was not, okay, she was still there. So there is no way, ningetena nipigie simu nimwambie, oh, I'm getting a job. You see, when you get a job, you have now to be on your own. And then you don't want to depend so much.
Yes,
Understand?
yes.
He had so many responsibilities. So for me, I left. Okay, now the Kagala I was living with, we were being sponsored together. So one was not with us, so we were two. So I told her, because maybe I felt maybe she will have a human heart.
Yes.
Among the money which is being sent to you for the shopping, why don't you do this? Me, I'm not even worried about the rent.
Yes.
For the rent, you can keep all of it.
Yes.
For the shopping which you are being sent to, why don't you just be dividing? You give me half, you give me half. She refused. I said, it's okay. Now what can I do with my brother?
Yes.
So you continue. So I went to Kangemi. We put our mattress down. It is just a single room like this, a mabati.
Yes.
Yenye mnanunua kando kila siku.
Yes.
Hakuna stima.
Oh,
you go to the neighbors' places, they have the neighbor estate, they have electricity.
Yes.
But when you go to your place,
no electricity.
For the first time in my life,
yes,
nilikaa kwa nyumba ya mabati.
Yes.
You see, during the day,
yes,
it's like an oven.
Yes.
At night, ni kama freezer.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
So I got to experience that kind of life. So slowly by slowly, I started having. I was able to afford a bed because my brother got a job at a security firm.
Yes.
You see, I told him you have to pick whatever comes your way for
yes,
now.
Yes.
You don't have a choice. Just pick any job that comes your way. Yeah. When you are done, you get another one. You keep upgrading.
Yes, yes.
So after that time, I remember when I was doing that job. In fact, I didn't work for long as a tea girl. I went there. I did for two weeks.
Yes.
And I was promoted because I think they realized, oh, this girl with this education, we're not supposed to give her that kind of a job.
Yes.
But what I know is that if I had refused to take that job,
yes,
I did that job for 2 weeks as a tea girl.
Yes.
And I remember the former accountant, that guy, he said one day I went to take the tea, and then he said, "Oh, you know what, Janet? I saw your papers," and I froze. Imagine someone telling you, you see, you are hiding from everybody, like you are a graduate, so you don't want anyone to know that you are a graduate with that kind of a job.
Yes.
Then he said, "Oh, Janet, I saw your CV." Then I froze. I felt so bad. You understand? Okay, I felt bad because maybe most of my friends were having better jobs. And I was just a tea girl. I was washing. But the good thing about the whole thing, and that is something I can advise those people who are getting the jobs, the newcomers. Whenever you get, even if it is not what you wanted, just grab it with both hands. And tell God, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'm going to do it as if it is the best job that I've ever got. And God will always open your other ways. So you can imagine after 2 weeks. So the lady, she was the admin. She gave me another job. So the job was to counter check. You see, it is a security firm. There are those guards, and now you have to counter check. You see, like there is used to call them assignment. If this guy was not in that assignment for that particular day, you're not supposed to invoice. You understand? If there was extra guards on that assignment, like maybe here at Newton House, the normal guards, maybe 2 guards per day during the day, 2 during the night. That is how the invoice should be at the end of the month. But if there are other activities, there are extras. So those are the things that I used to check. So I checked for 1 year. After 1 year, I was then promoted to registry. So I used to take care of all the files. The guards files, the staff files. And the last job I held before I left that company, I was doing the payroll now. So I was doing a payroll of close to 6 million for the guards.
Now with 12,000.
No, at that time I had gone up to 16,000. I was still growing. No, I moved from Mabati to a wooden house.
Yambao sasa.
No, Yambao. At least it was not cold. It was not. It was maintaining there. So I had moved still with my brother. I went to, there was power. I had managed to buy a TV, to the beds. You see, now I was living my life.
And you're still focused.
I was still focused.
At this point, but the part of somebody to...
No, I had boyfriends here and there.
Oh, you had boyfriend here and there.
But I was not.
So you had at least relaxed a bit with the past
You see, at that time still, I believe I was still confused. Because, you see, being focused about life... and getting someone and trying to understand the kind of person you want, those are 2 different things. For me, I knew I was meant for greatness. And I felt like I was meant to go to higher places. But I didn't know how or when that will happen. But now getting someone, now this person is not the right person. You see, at that stage, you're driven by emotions. But when you're in love, you don't even think. You're supposed to use your brain to think, but you think with your heart. Use your heart to reason and to make some decisions. So I had some boyfriends, but during that time, that's when I met my husband. The same company. We met in the same.
We met there. Company.
I met him there. Mambo ikaenda hivyo. Before I realized I was married.
Now, Janet, you have
and I'm still with him.
You're still with him. That is
a great guy.
Now that is.
And we have two beautiful girls.
You have 2 beautiful girls.
Very smart girls.
Yes. Now, Janet, how did you move from a security firm to join this real estate business, and you're doing so well. Yes. How did you?
I think you keep growing. Every incident leaves you with how do I put it? Like you grow. It's like you see, like there is stairs as you climb.
Yes.
You mature as you climb. Now I worked in that company for 2 years.
Yes.
So after that, I became pregnant when I was still there. In fact, they used to make fun of us. You see, like your boyfriend is there.
Yeah.
You understand? At one time, they started a camera in my office because they thought, you see, during lunchtime and during maybe when it wasn't working hours, he would come, then we talk. I was so innocent. We were not doing anything, just talking, laughing. So one day in the morning, we found a camera. So it was like, oh, they wanted to catch us, but there was nothing. So later, he left and got another job somewhere else. So he left me there. During that time, we were like, cohabiting, staying together. I want to get married. I have my house somewhere. So when I got pregnant, I had to move in because I was so scared. I don't want to bring my child alone. I wanted the child, but I felt like this is the time because I was 27 years at that time. So I felt maybe this is the right time for me to have a child. It's not that I felt like I was ready because I was married, but I felt like I want a baby. You understand? So I became pregnant and I moved in. We started staying together. So later, after getting pregnant, I deserted. Let me just say it. I deserted. I felt like the lady was so harsh. And I decided to leave the job.
Yes.
So I stayed at home maybe for a whole year.
Yes.
I gave birth to my kid.
Yes.
And then before now, I got to corporate. Now I went back to work. You know, Machapa, you don't have money. The only person who was providing for us, So we were having so many problems. Not as such, because we were having, rent was being paid. I never had any problem with the rent, with food, the basic needs. We had basic needs.
Yes, but you needed more.
Yeah, for me, I always wanted more.
Yeah. So
and
you
for
went
me,
back
I'm the kind of person who will never depend on someone.
Yes.
Yes, he did. He has been amazing.
Yes.
But for me, I was made for greatness. I felt like, no, I cannot settle for this.
Yes.
I want more and more and more.
Yes.
And I wanted to do it on my own. So me, I'm not that kind of person who normally send me fare, give me this. No. If I've seen something, I want to have it. And I want to have it with my money.
Yes.
So I said, before I got a job, I started another business.
Yes.
I was selling clothes.
Yes.
So nilikuwa naenda Gikomba. I remember I started selling clothes when my daughter was 2 months. And I started my business with only 500 shillings. So I went to Gikomba. I bought some pullovers for 50 shillings, 40 shillings.
Yes.
They were only 10. So I took them home. Remember, I'm with my baby. My baby was only 2 months. Even the shingle, it wasn't strong enough to stand like this.
Yes.
So I used to carry her in front. You see, you cannot carry her at the back.
Yes.
So I would just go to Gikomba, pick the clothes, walk all the way from Kabete stage where it is to Gikomba on foot, then go back to my place. And then I had friends. There was a place I used to put them. Then I took a carton and I wrote 100 shillings.
Yes.
So everybody passing by, it was just like a junction. Everybody passing by would see my clothes. And I sold. Within 2 months, hey, my friend, I was going for the, how does it call? The bail.
Yes.
So, and one thing I've come to realize through all those experiences, you have to grow from down.
You have to start from somewhere.
You have to start from somewhere. And it is very, very beautiful. When you understand now, I started with 500. Now all this is worth 5,000. It's worth 10,000.
Yes.
And you have not borrowed anyone money. Actually, I didn't even tell my husband to give me money for starting that business. And I used to do it and I used to feel good. And that's why even up today, I know you can start small and grow big.
Yes.
So later,
Yes.
After that, I got a job. There was a lady who was working. There's another company in the area. They
Yes.
were looking for someone who can work for a duration of 6 months.
Yes.
Because the lady who was working as an accountant got a baby. So
Yes.
that's maternity leave.
Yes.
She went and I was given the job.
Yes.
I worked for 6 months.
Yes.
Then when she came back, I had to disappear.
Yes.
So the money I managed to get out of it, I went and opened a shop.
Now,
Yes.
no longer on the streets.
Yes.
Now you own your own shop.
No, I had a shop. So I worked there. So I was the mom, I was the shopkeeper. I had a child. My baby was, I think at that time my baby was almost 2 years.
Yes.
So I used to, it's funny. You have a shop somewhere. It's not even near where your house is.
Yes.
You go with your baby.
Yes.
You cook from there for the baby. You sell.
Yes.
You even cook. You understand? So when you're going home, like you are done with everything, you wash her clothes. So that is how my life was at that time. So later I realized the business was not profitable.
Yes.
Because of the location. You see, when you're doing business, sometimes there's some things you don't you don't consider. So I closed down the shop. I stayed home, and then it came this time when the government of Kenya had to ban the plastic bags. So we started making the bags. You see the khaki bags?
Yes.
My friend, I know how to make those things.
Eh.
And I used to make with a wood.
Yes.
For those people who was doing that kind of business.
Yes.
Hey, the demand was high.
Yes.
I had demand. So I was making those things up to 2 a.m.
Yes.
So my baby, I'm a lala, so I come home, I do everything. During my part, I'm not going out there to have chit-chat with other women. I'm making bags. So for me, if I feel like eating something, because I had I'm always having a small thing I'm doing.
Yes.
So I've never been at home I'm not doing anything.
Yes.
There is something. Yes, I'm the housewife.
Yes.
I'm taking care of my family.
Yes.
But I have also something.
Yes.
which is bringing money to my pocket.
To
and
your
also,
pockets.
I've also sold tomatoes. I've done the onions in the place. You
You've
understand?
done a lot.
So I've never been seated at home doing nothing.
Yes.
Even you see, there was a time I got 200 and I was like, if I can go to the market,
Yes.
buy onions, and then that is how I used to survive with my child at the back. So I leave. So from there, I guess that's when now I decided. My uncle called me.
Yes.
I think my mom
Yes.
told her, why don't you get a job for Janet, Nini? So my uncle didn't tell me that it's supposed to be a job interview. So he told me, there's a person I want you to meet. You just come and talk to him. Imagine someone telling you like that.
Yes.
So me, I went, I did my bags.
Yes.
I supplied. So I'm going to Nairobi by 2. Kumbe, I was going for an interview. In fact, he called me, I think it was around 1:30. I was on my way to Nairobi. Then he told me, where are you? Did you go? Then I was like, I'm going right now. Then he was like, are you serious or are you stupid? That was supposed to be a job interview. Then I told him, you didn't tell me it is a job interview.
Yes.
You told me to go and see someone. I don't know what it is all about.
Yes.
So me, I went. I met this guy. That was Comfort Homes at that time.
Yeah.
So they explained to me. I met the director, by the owner of the company.
Yes.
We sat down, and then he sent me to there was a Nigerian guy who was working there. So I went. We sat down. He explained what they were looking for.
Yes.
Then I was like, oh, I remember the job I used to do at Orange for selling SIM cards.
Yes.
And I hated that job with passion. That was before I went to campus.
Yes.
And I've always hated sales job with passion at that time.
Yes.
So I said, okay, God, now I don't want this sales job. And mostly, you see, when you're looking for a job, we tend to say, oh, I don't want to do sales because you feel it is hard. Yes. It is one of the difficult jobs, but it is one of the best jobs anyone can have. Because you see, when you're doing sales, it's like you're being given a blank check. You just write what you want.
Yes.
Considering you are getting the commissions.
Yes.
So if you can be able to understand how to do the job,
yes,
and you have the passion, you go far.
Yes.
So for me, he did the interview for the first time in my life. You see, like when you get a job and you say, I will come tomorrow. When am I supposed to start?
Yes.
The guy asked me, can you start tomorrow? And then I was like, okay, let me go think about it. Then I will come and I will tell you.
Yes.
And then the guy, okay. So I left the office. You see, they are in third floor.
Yes.
I don't know whether they are still there.
Yes.
So I went there. Before now I started descending the stairs. I stood there. Then I was like, now what am I going to do? The sales job, I don't want to do this kind of job. Then I called my husband. I told him, this and this has happened. You know what he told me? Because you don't have anything else for now. Just do it.
Yes.
And at that time, you see, I was not doing, it was not entirely the sales because I was doing the collection.
Yes.
There was collection, like calling the customer who have not paid on time.
Yes.
And selling and going to the site.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So for starters, I had a salary of 25,000, which was okay.
Yes.
Because considering the fare, it was less than 6,000.
Yes.
I'm getting 25.
Yes.
I'll be able even to take my baby to a daycare. I couldn't even afford a house girl.
Yes.
So I decided to take the job. I resumed the following day. So we started working, started learning. But the funny thing that made me feel now, this is what I have been looking for.
Yes.
Because initially, I used to have, you're working, I'm trying to look for side job, like something that can increase my income.
Yes.
I feel like there's some guys who are earning a lot.
Yes.
Someone going home with 100,000.
Yes.
How is that even possible?
Yes.
Just selling, advertising on Facebook.
Yes.
Only that.
Yes.
Hey, you see, like the way you get job and then you start now going to Brighter Monday looking for more jobs.
Yes.
I said, okay, now this is it.
Yes. It's like a job within a job.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I stayed for I remember 6 weeks.
Yes.
That is 1 month, 2 weeks without selling or any sale. But thereafter, I got 3 sales.
Yes.
You know, being given 5,000 as commission.
Yes.
So you can imagine this is 15,000 plus 25. How much is that?
Yes.
That is 40K.
40K.
I have never touched 40K in my life. Now I said, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yes.
And to be honest, I've never looked back. I've never wished for any other kind of job.
That's how you fell in love with real estate.
That is how I fell in love, and the job fell in love with me. And up to date, I'm still.
How many years later today?
Almost 5 years now.
In real estate?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
So real estate right now, Janet, unaipenda like nobody's business.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel it's something which is close to my heart.
Yes. Yes.
But now, okay, it becomes so interesting when you do the right thing.
Yes.
When you have the right product.
Yes.
You target the right market.
Yes.
And when you do, basically when you do the right thing.
Yes.
Yes.
This is because I bet you're saying this because of the current situation when it comes to buying and purchasing of land in Kenya. There have been very many issues. So with you, in fact, as a matter of fact, you have not told us this beautiful company that you're now the head of this company.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. You have to, you know.
You have to own it.
Yes.
Now, say, you know, having the experience, it has been a process. Actually.
Yes.
It's not like I started working and I found myself as a CEO of Gym Estate.
Yes. As a CEO of Gym Estate, the village girl, Kienyeji.
That Kienyeji Pro Max.
Yes, tea girl.
The tea girl. Yeah.
The Mutumba girl.
Yes.
Mutumba pure piga.
Yeah.
Now you are the CEO of Gym Estate.
What is Okambali?
It's a process.
It is a process.
Tell us more about
And they say trust in your process.
Yes.
Now, you see, I've done sales.
Yes.
For 4 years.
Yes.
And I have had so many challenges.
Yes.
Up to where I am right now.
Yes.
And what I can say is that ni God.
Yes.
Kama sio God, singekuwa hapa.
Yes.
And you see, some things we really take them for granted.
Yes.
Until now you stand where you are, you look back where you came from,
yes.
and then you realize,
yes.
Kama si God, singekuwa mahali penye niko.
Yes.
Yes. Now, Gym Estate is one of the best real estate companies
yes.
in Kenya right now. I say it is the best because the way we conduct our business.
Yes.
We say our motto is we conduct our business in the most integrity and humane manner.
Yes.
It's not always about making profit when it comes at Gym Estate.
Yes.
We treat our customer the right way.
Yes.
and we try to be as honest as possible.
Yes.
If it is possible that day, just say it is possible.
Yes.
If it is not possible that day, just we always try to be honest.
And that is what distinguishes you.
That is
from
me.
other
And I've learned, yes, and I've learned when you always tell the client the truth.
Yes.
Ndio Wakenya si wajinga bana.
Yes.
You cannot lie to a Kenyan, and we have come from that generation where you used to lie to a client. That titles zinatoka. Now Kenyans wamejanjaruka.
Yeah.
They understand what they want.
Yes.
And they know when you are even lying.
Yes.
So when you do business in the best and the humane and the most integrity way,
Yes.
God will always bless you.
Yes. And what is your take on the current situations? It's the demolitions and the Mafoko.
Okay.
Yes.
What I can say is that Kenyans, we need to be very careful.
Yes.
You see, cheap things are very expensive.
Yes.
And this normally happens when you want to buy something at the cheapest price.
Yes.
But you don't understand the repercussion of getting something very cheap.
Yes.
Even in your house,
Yes.
when you want to buy an electronic,
Yes.
say a fridge or something,
Yes.
at the cheapest price,
Yes.
just know this one is not going to give you the service
Yes.
you need.
Yes.
And that's why you see some things are very expensive, others are very cheap.
Yes.
So when you buy something very cheap,
Yes.
just know there is a reason why it is being sold at that price.
Yes.
Now, when you go and buy land near town,
Yes.
like in Mavoko, they used to sell those land for less than 200.
Yes.
This is a very prime area.
Yes.
In fact, a land around this place is supposed to be sold 3 point.
3 million.
3 point.
But they're selling
But
it
for
here.
you think you are so lucky more than anyone else. You are getting that land at
Yes.
200,000.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you say the government has done this, the
Yes.
government has done that.
Yes.
Sometimes it's high time we take responsibility.
Yes.
Let us use common sense.
Yes.
Okay, I need to be that brutal.
Yes.
Let us use our common sense.
Yes.
You need to understand the market value of the product you are buying.
Yes.
You cannot have the market value of a product is 2 million and you want to buy at 200.
Yes.
Just know there is a problem.
Yes.
So I would advise those people who are buying land, especially those people who are buying land for the first time, be
Yes.
very careful.
Yes.
Someone who has bought lands in other places, they understand how this
Yes.
goes.
Yes. Yes.
So they know it is very hard for you to maybe lie to them. But those people who want to, like, I remember there was a time when before I started working at Jim Estate.
Yes.
I remember I had this encounter with one client.
Yes.
And then he called me and he told me, I want land which is for 300,000.
Yes.
And I don't want the land to be more than 800 meters from the highway.
Yes.
Imagine 300 meters from the highway. You know that is in Kitengela.
Yes.
No, you are like, okay, you go and look for that one.
Yes.
You'll be conned.
Yes.
So sometimes when they get conned,
Yes.
before they got land, maybe they went to visit other places.
Yes.
And they said, oh, me, I cannot buy there. It is far away.
Yes.
Far away from where?
Yes.
When all of us, we came to Nairobi.
Yes.
I came from the
Yes,
village.
which is very true.
From Nairobi to your village.
Yes.
And from Nairobi to where we are selling land.
Yes.
So, you are saying it is far. From where?
Far from where?
From where? You understand?
Yes.
So for me,
Yes.
I see people crying, oh, sijui nini, this has happened. When you are buying that land, did you even get a mother title for that land for
Yes.
crying out loud?
Yes.
You just buy a land blindly.
Yes. You don't look.
It's like you are, ni kama ulijichemsha na mafuta yako,
Yes.
ulijikoroga.
Yes.
And you knew that.
Yes.
But you see, there is this culture, they normally say, oh, when we settle ourselves here, we build so many homes, the government will never demolish the house. My friend, they're going to demolish.
Yes.
Because that land belongs to Portland.
Yes. And so does Jim Estates do this for their customers?
No.
The due diligence?
For us, we don't go through that route.
Yes,
All
yes.
our lands must have title deed.
Oh, yes.
Kama shamba haina title deed, we
Yes.
have no business being with that land.
So you take care of your customer.
Yes, we are very
Janet.
careful.
Janet,
Yes,
village girl,
village girl.
you almost got raped.
Yes,
You underwent a lot.
A lot.
You
Yes.
no school fees.
yeah.
Nothing.
I almost gave up.
Tears.
Depression.
Every day.
Yes.
Tears. Every day. Tiga. Mutumba girl.
All of them.
CEO. Jim Estates.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What would you tell? What's your advice to these young girls who are looking up to you and are saying, I want to be like Janet?
Okay, people would like to be in my place,
Yes.
but people don't want to go through what I went through. So you have to understand. For you to be like me, you need to understand where I came from. And are you willing to go through what I went through? Obviously, not everyone will go through what I went through. But you have to understand, even the goal, before it is gold. It has to be passed through fire. So you have to be purified. You have there is a process, and you have to trust that process, no matter what. So if you don't want to pass that process, it will be hard for you to be where I am or anyone.
Janet, unasikia rais wa Kenya anasemangaje? Mambo ni matatu. Mambo ni matatu. 3 virtues, 3 principles that carry you throughout your day, or you think have brought you this far. 3 principles. Mambo ni matatu. Unashikilia gani?
Okay, the most important thing. I do everything with God. Kama si God, hakuna Janet. God. The second one, you have to be consistent. Consistency in what you do. And you don't give up, no matter what. Even when you are at your lowest point, when you feel like now this is the end of everything, no giving up. Faith all throughout.
So number 1 is God.
Number 1 is God.
Consistency. Number 3
is faith.
Faith. Wow, great people. That was a very, 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 very great episode here with Janet, the CEO of Gym Estates. She's such a dime. If you guys know why I'm saying she's such a dime, you have probably watched the show until now. Yes, you know, gold has got to go through the fire to be gold. You have seen her journey. This was Kati Show, and the segment was my ugly past and my beautiful presence. Beautiful people, you can catch these episodes and many more on Planet Gym. Get to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Do not hesitate, so that you can get notifications on each and every episode we upload. You can also go to Facebook, Instagram, and on X, and even get to Threads. We are there, Tuko, TikTok, and even much more. Great people, you can visit our website www.planetgym.co.ke. Janet, there is something you say at Gym Estates that captured me. Gym Estates, what do? You inspire people to do what?
To own a home.
To own a home.
Also, don't forget to go to www.gymestate.com. On all our social media.
Once a salesperson, always a salesperson.
And also, if you want to land anywhere in Kajiado, just call me on 0742370470 or come to our office, Newton House, 4th floor, suite 405. Karibuni sana Gym.
Director wangu, then utamu-invoice. Unajua ume-advertise kwa show yetu. Make sure you invoice Gym Estates. It was great meeting you.
Nice meeting you.